Hello there, everybody. My name is Golden Arcadia, and today we will be playing some more Fate Grand Order. Wait, sorry, clicked. I did not mean to click there. Yeah, it is the Valentine's event. Yesterday I had to leave a little bit earlier than I was hoping for, but today we have quite a bit of time to be able to at least do an hour and a half, maybe more. Who knows? Let's just jump right into it. All right. By the way, I'm enjoying Richard. He's very fun. God damn. Andromeda? So you know who she is too. Andromeda is a figure from Greek mythology. She was going to be sacrificed to a monster in order to appease a divine wrath, but was saved by the greater hero Perseus. Oh, so you already know about me and him? Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. However, yeah, in the myth, we know you were pretty solidly on the rescued side, not the rescuer side. So from that, it wouldn't seem that like you'd be much. It wouldn't seem like you'd be much help on a battlefield. But now you're a fully fledged servant. Let's see your class. Let's see your classes. I know, right? Usually when you hear maiden sacrifice, you imagine a lady's all dainty and soft-spoken, right? Yeah? I totally get it. But, well, let's just say a lot happened. Anyway, my class is a rider. And don't worry too much about fighting, because I could definitely do that, I think. There's a lot I like to ask you about, like those water top moves and what looked like chains. But I think I'll save those questions for later. For now, I believe it's our turn to tell you what our side is about. Great! Please tell me about your guys. Y'all seem pretty cool, but I still don't know the first thing about you. And that's our deal. Chaldea, an organization of heroes coming together to save the world. That sounds great. No. Awesome. I'm not quite sure what to say in response to such glowing praise, so I guess I'll just say thank you. I especially like knowing there's so many heroes there. Really makes you feel safe, you know. So, hey, if you need some help, please let me help you. I might not be strong enough to take on anyone like Perseus, but I think I can at least hold my own in combat. And if there's something I can do to put the world back how it should be, or help someone in trouble, then I should do it. No, I want to do it. I really mean that. That's great to hear. We can always use help from a local servant. It's one of the key ways to ensure a mission goes smoothly. All right, we still have to introduce ourselves, don't we? I'm Leonardo da Vinci. The ones there are... I'm player. I'm Mashkirialite. And this is Semiramis, Empress of Assyria. I may be accompanying these people as a servant, but my status and import are clearly different from yours. So know your place when you speak to me, girl. Girl? Technically, I'm royalty too. Actually, I'm the Princess of Ethiopia. Yes, I have heard of that nation before, but I am still clearly better. Clearly, you're better. Girl will suffice. All right. I'm still in my downtime outfit, so I could serve the chocolate better. Now that I'm on the team, I should probably dress the part a bit, huh? Okay, hang on a second. There. How's that? Are those chains? Oh, these? I'd actually appreciate it if you just pretended they weren't there. They weren't. They were actually part of my other outfit too. Just you can see them. They're kind of inextricably tied to them. Makes sense. Your name is almost synonymous with the images of damsel in distress chained to a rock. Exactly. Anyway, that aside, what do you think? Do I seem a little more proper Princess Andromeda now? Personally, I fail to see much of a difference. Oh. Well, I guess it's okay for different people to address me differently. Besides, it wouldn't be the first time people said I don't act like a princess. So hey, what were you doing earlier? Well, I figured out pretty quickly that the problem was all the standing air, right? And I figured that was probably coming from this river. See how it's practically standing still? You can tell the smell's coming from it too. So then I thought the river's not flowing the problem. Maybe I can improve it by getting it moving again. So I got on my noble phantasm. I was trying to steer it up when you guys got here. I see. So that's why you appear to be surfing on the chocolate surface. By the way, is that your noble phantasm? Oh yeah, this is Cetus. He's already bound to my chain, so I just give him a little tug and off I go. Huh, interesting. That's the sea monster Poseidon sent after Ethiopia. The same sea monster you were nearly sacrificed to, in fact. It's said to have been both part whale and part dragon, and it was the base for the constellations of the same name. I can see how your fates would be tied together, but I have no idea how it ended up as your noble phantasm. Now I'm really curious. I know, right? Especially after Perseus killed him and everything. Who cares about that? Pressingly, regardless of how much steering you did with your noble phantasm, the situation did not change one bit, did it? No, it didn't. Unfortunately, I really stirred as hard as I could too. But no, nothing changed. The river is still just as stagnant as before. I see. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of more help. Don't worry. That's how it always goes at first. Alright. I have to make you a good, safe, temporary magical energy supply line. You must be pretty low on resources after using your noble phantasm. You're even thinking about my energy supply? No, I'm even more sorry I couldn't help. I'll do everything I can to improve on that. You guys have done this kind of thing before, right? So times like this, what should we do next? Why don't we start by gathering more information? Okay. Now that you mention it, I think I saw a local over by the riverbank. They'd probably know more about this world and this river than me. Let's go talk to them. I can't even imagine what a local here must look like. But as long as we can communicate with them, that does seem like a good place to start. Great. I'll show you where they are. Come on, this way. She's certainly bright and cheerful, isn't she? Even though we only just met, I already feel like we're friends. She does seem amiable. You call that a princess? She seems like no more than your average happy-go-lucky farm girl. For me, a place is a place where poisoned chalices wait, hold on. Oh, for me, a palace is a place where poisoned chalices are exchanged daily. Perhaps someone like Uzetian, who sees things the way I do, I could hold her own against me for a bit. Well, that girl would last for no more than a day. If she is in fact an enemy attempting to deceive us, then we have nothing to fear. I see no need to be wary of her. Go on now, after her. Left to her own devices, there's no telling how far she may run off on her own. Oh, yeah? This whole chocolate miasma has been a big problem for us. It's hard to breathe, and it's making a lot of people sick. This isn't the kind of local I was expecting, but fortunately, it seems we can communicate, and they don't mean us harm. Could you keep asking them for more information? Sure thing. So, like, do you know what's causing this chocolate miasma? Well, yeah. It's because the river stopped flowing. You can just kind of tell. For that matter, what is this bizarre river anyways? What do you mean? It's a chocolate river, of course. It's been here as long as we have. That's all we know. I mean, come on. If you lived near a river, would you automatically know how old it was or why it was there? No, I guess not. Oh, but there's one thing. Nobody knows for sure, but rumor has it that this chocolate river lets you see people you miss. What does that mean? It's probably like, if you follow this river where it leads, you'll find the person you want to see the most. I've never seen it myself, but that's what people say. I can't tell you any more than that. This is getting us nowhere. Does anyone else you know who can talk happen to have any more accurate information? Nah, I'd say nobody else knows any more than I do. Especially when this chocolate miasma is messing with everyone's heads. And not just those of us who walk around on two legs. It's affecting beasts too. And I don't think you can talk to them at all. So be careful. Crap. There's some now. Hostiles. Preparing to intercept enemy now. Good grief. You there, girl. If all you are good is for making noise, then you may as well be another farm girl. So if you are truly a servant, then show us you can handle riffraff like these. You got it. I'm happy to show you that I'm no damsel, just waiting to be sacrificed. These chains are the chains of my destiny. If I can't lose them, then I'm gonna use them. Let's do this, Oracle's chains, nerds. Pull in something heavy and painful for me. So she is... Alright. That we'll have to do. I don't think that'll be enough. Yep, I'm off by a bit. That sucks. Wow, I am not even getting a single face card for her. Like, come on, man. Wow, and I still can't even. That's rough, man.
すぐ行くよ。少し面倒。音楽があればな。
くらえ。
Well, at least now I can see her MP.
ノリノリだね。来た来た、君が望むならくらえ。おてんばでごめんね。
あ、
刻まれし運命、神託の鎖、生贄の乙女が因果をたどる。目覚めよ、かの海の源流よ。アイティオピアケケセ。このくらいの遅れは想定済み。さあ巻き返していきましょう。
okay. All right. How do you like that? All hostiles have been defeated. Great job, everyone. That was some great fighting, Andromeda. You didn't need any backup from us at all. Your attacks were a lot more physical than I expected. I always like being active. It's like they say, simple is best. You make it sound easy, but that looked like very interesting combat style for me. A combination of your chains and boulders they're tied to. Though, if anything, it's less than you're purposely deciding to fight that way, more like a natural progression. Wow, you're sharp. Yeah, when I was inscribed on the throne, it was a sacrificial maiden tied to a boulder with chains. I can't do anything about that, but looking at it from a different angle, it also means there's always going to be boulders on the other end of these chains, right? So I figured I could fight too if I just used those boulders myself. I see. In mythology, you were chained to a boulder by the ocean, so you could be sacrificed to the sea monster. Now that you're a heroic spirit, that story has taken on a physical form. So you're taking the ties that physically and conceptually bind you and turning them into your own ends. I don't know whether to call that remarkably resilient or an incredible feat of brute strength. So what do you think, Empress? Were you impressed? Is that why your mouth's hanging open? You colossal fool. I am still in shock at the crude, boorish way in which you fight. Hang on. Is Cetus with you too? Since Perseus used Medusa's head to petrify it, which could be said to have turned Cetus itself into a boulder that then sank into the sea. Then does that mean it's also considered a boulder that's bound to you? I'm not totally sure, but probably. I never gave it too much thought. I guess that just goes to show how strong the conceptual link between her, chains, and boulders really is then. Since Poseidon is mixed up in this too, it could be as strong as a curse straight from a god. Anyway, fighting stuff aside, the important thing is that we won. Wow, thanks for saving us. Creatures have lost their minds like that attack us sometimes. I wish I could give you something in thanks, but I already told you everything I know about that river. No, actually, wait. I just remembered something. What is it? Do you guys have any other friends? Because I saw someone else who had the same air about them as you guys not too long ago. And they were investigating the river too. So I thought they might be with you. Someone who has the same air as us. That probably means they were a servant. Can you tell us where you saw this person? It couldn't be just another friend of yours. It couldn't. For this mission, Semiramis and I were the only Chaldean servants who race shifted here with Master. So if there were any other servants around here, Either they were summoned by the land like you were, or they have something to do with this anomaly. Regardless, it shouldn't hurt to try and make contact with them. Does this river look a little different to you now? It looks like that's where the chocolate river comes to end. It's not only that it isn't flowing, there's no river beyond that point. And, wait, is that a person? Something about them seems familiar, but also not. Wow, what a crazy beard. What the? Is that Christopher Columbus? What the fuck? Oh, hey, you guys are here too, huh? Great timing. Seems like there's only so much I can do here on my own. Hey, does that mean I could get him as a free, in the friend? Gotcha, because I don't have him. Let's double check that. I want to make sure. I don't see him in the gacha. Like, I am sure that he would be... And he's a 3-star. Nope, doesn't tell me. Alright, on to the next one. Can you unlock the shop? Columbus? Yeah, it's me. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, his basic spirit origin data does check out. It looks like he really is Chaldea's Columbus. The reason he looks different now is because of a slight change in the data's outer shell, for the lack of a better term. And for what change consists of, it's more of a black box than I thought. I don't think I'll be able to dig any deeper from here. So you really are Chaldea's Columbus? What are you doing here then? Honestly, I've got no idea either. Well, I know is one moment I was there and the next I was here looking different. Hey, come on. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm telling the truth. So, he is part of your team, right? Because it feels like something's slightly off here, and I don't know why. Who knows? Perhaps you are remembering an occasion where you bit into a piece of fruit and may have or may not have been poisoned. Sheesh. I'll have you know, I've been doing some honest work out here. I've been investigating this world, well, this river, really, and I found some stuff out. Yeah? That sounds perfect. Please tell us. Sure. As you might have guessed, this miasma is being caused by the river not flowing. You can see for yourself. It stops right here. That's why it went stagnant and started producing this weird, unnatural miasma. That lines up with what we thought. Do you have any idea of how we can fix it? Well, the best and surest way to get the river flowing again. If stagnancy is causing the miasma, then no stagnancy means no miasma. It just makes sense. But I already tried mixing it up and it didn't work. I don't think I've seen you before, Missy. I'm Andromeda. I'm helping Chaldea resolve this situation. Nice to meet you, beard guy. Well, you seem like you'll be a big help. No, really, I mean that. But anyways, as you found out, just stirring the river up isn't enough to get it to flow again. What we need to do is give it directionality. Directionality? That's right. Long story short, we've got to get a ship on this river. Boats on a river always follow the flow of water, right? In this case, the same principle can actually reverse the usual cause and effect and get this river moving again. Of course, just putting a boat on it won't be enough. It'll also need a crew that's actually trying to go down river. I guess it's possible that putting a boat on an unnatural chocolate river like this might be enough of a conceptual shot in the arm to get it moving again. But how did you figure that out? Come on, I'm a sailor, remember? I've always been good at reading currents and water properties. I wonder about that. The poison fruit gets more flavorful with every bite. It also becomes more painful. So, if we put a boat on this river and get it a proper crew, that'll be enough to get the river flowing again? Nah, that's just the first requirement. There's still two others we'll need to meet. First, we're gonna need more chocolate. You know how rivers slow to a crawl when they dry up into the hot sun? Yeah, same kind of story here. You can't physically move it. You can't physically move what's not there after all, so we're gonna have to scrounge up all the chocolate we can and add it to this river. Yeah, makes sense. So what's the last condition? Well, just adding more chocolate to the river isn't gonna be enough to cut it either. Just like the figurehead on a boat or a compass needle that always points to the same direction. It's also gonna need something meaningful to base that direction on. You know how with restaurants you get more business if you specialize on a certain dish? Instead of a generic diner that just serves food, you'll get more customers if they know you're all about, say, pasta. A lot like that. Yeah, I'm not really following you. Okay, so this chocolate river can't move forward because it's made of, well, chocolate. So if we gotta add something other than some other kind of distinctive color or trait or property to make it more river-like. That means we need to pick someone to represent the river, a river captain, basically. A boat with a river captain is the only way we're gonna get this river moving. Guess that should be me then, since I'm a master. Nope, can't be human. Because to give the river a new trait or color, you'll need to be consistently using as much magical energy as it takes to release a noble phantasm's true name. And I can't do it either. See? I just checked it again a little while ago and I couldn't believe my eyes. It looks like the river's already got a new trait. Any idea how that might have happened? Did someone toss their noble phantasm in there for a while or something? I think that was probably me. I was just surfing the river on my noble phantasm Cetus earlier, so... Is this my fault? Did I screw it all up? Oh man, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help, I promise. It's okay. Surprised me, sure, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We can't change the river again easily once its properties are set. So we'll have to be careful. Shit. Have to be careful there, but there's a condition that needs to be met for someone to be able to change the river's properties. And lucky for us, apparently, we've already got someone that meets it. What's the condition? They have to be missing someone. Oh yeah, that chocolate Oni we talked to set this river lets you see the people you miss. So the idea is to use that fundamental property to guide us guide a boat down it, thereby getting it flow again. More or less. So how about it, Missy? Any idea who it is? Uh-huh. It's a little embarrassing to admit, but there's someone I miss all the time. The love of my life, the hero who rescued me, the boy who married me. Perseus. That's so. Ain't young love grand? Oh, hey. It looks like the new properties are starting to manifest visually, too. You're right. I'm now seeing large boulders popping through the river. Although the current is still as stagnant as before. It's like Missy here gave the river boulders. I see, so the girl's unique traits altered the river via her magical energy. Alright, I think we got enough data to make an informed decision here. So let's go over everything quickly. To repair the singularity, we'll need to get rid of this miasma. To do that, we'll need to get the chocolate river flowing. And to do that, we'll need to give the river a unique properties, then follow it downstream on a boat. You can get us a boat, right, Columbus? Well, yeah, sure. My Santa Maria is the only ship we'll need. We also need some chocolate when we defeat the chocolate monsters earlier. I think we could add that chocolate to the river. Great. And that just leaves one last problem. Andromeda, it looks like we're going to need your help for this whole ordeal. Can we count on it? We also need a little... Well, I'm also a little worried about why Columbus knows so much about this situation. But I can let go of that for now. Besides, it's not like he always betrays us every chance he gets. Most of the time, anyways. I'd better keep an eye on him. Of course, I'm not about to get off this ship now, literally or figuratively. In fact, I feel like I should be asking you to please let me stay and help till the end. I think that's probably the whole reason I'm here. Well then, glad to have you on board. Alright, let's get this ship on the river then. Just so you know, I won't be able to help out in any battle while I'm doing this. It takes a lot out of me to keep my ship manifested all the time. Here goes. Good. Everyone made it aboard. Is this chocolate gonna be enough to make it to the end? I doubt it. So when you run out, we'll have to run back to shore to collect more or something? Basically, yeah. But that ain't the only way. It's just a guess, but I bet this river also starts flowing when we throw in stuff related to you, Missy. Meaning we could probably also just use boulders on top of the chocolate. Suppose it'd be more accurate to say the river's now treating big old stones like they were the same as chocolate. Also, boulders are kind of like filler now. Makes sense. Does that mean I could just pull out some of with my chains and toss them into the river? As long as you got magical energy to spare, sure. But that'll probably use too much to be worth it. Best way to get more will probably be to defeat monsters that look like boulders, or to break apart any good boulders that happen to find and collect their pieces. Assuming we got someone who's better at that sort of thing than they're at fighting, that is. Is that why she was chosen to come along? Must you stare at me with such expressions? You'll attract flies. Oh no, you had better not be thinking what I think you are thinking. Fine. It seems my time once and for all to set the record straight. I'm not a civil engineer servant. Don't listen to her. Her hanging gardens are top notch. You made a flying garden? That's awesome. Stop that. You should not find that convincing. Ugh, I swear. Well, fine. The best thing to do with a job like this is to get it over with quickly. So if breaking boulders is the best way I can do that, then I will loathe, though I may be, to do so. Thanks, Semiramis. We're counting on you. Looks like everything's in place then. As the ship's captain, I'll be the one steering it. As my patron, Andromeda, I'll be the one deciding where it goes. And as the head engineer, the Empress here will be in charge of collecting the fuel we need to make progress. And we'll be the crabbing crew. Right, we'll gather chocolate boulders and handle any other jobs we need doing. Hey, I'm not the type of patron to just kick back with her nose in the air as everyone else does all the work. I'll help out around the ship however I can too. Thank you, Andromeda. That'll be a big help. Then we're all in this together. Of course. Thanks again for having me. Okay, everyone. Ready to go? Then I'm going to raise the anchor and set sail. Hey, Cinquart. Alright, so I need to get rocks. Rocks. Ooh. So I almost have the unlocked after cleaning the epilogue. And after tomorrow, we get the best mission. Oh man, I can't use who I want to use here. I guess that's fine. Let's use event filter. And for now, we don't need these. Let's try max limit. And of course, nothing fit the criteria, so display all. And event. I did not mean to do that. Okay. I don't really have anything for event. Yes, I do. And of course, we'll add you. And you get to use your own CE. Then we'll add Oberon. And give him another CE. And I think that's all we're using. We'll set mash and give her, can I give her another bond CE? Not a bond CE, but like, yeah, I can. Okay, we'll try this out first. I should be able to use Black Grail, but I don't think I have to specifically for this mission. I want to use Richard because Richard, I want to level up his bond to 5 so then I could use his pen skill and farm better. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not a big deal.
私の出番ね。見てなさい。総合に決めるから。新作いかがでしょう。いい度胸ね。気に入ったわ。死の女神エルシキガルが
I
命じ
think
ま
I
す。
needed to use this. Ooh, actually, that's not how bad.
いい度胸ね。気に入ったわ。完全能力よろしくて。いいの肩厳しくいくわ。天に絶対地に監獄我がかかとこと冥府の怒り反省するのだわ。くす気軽にいるからネーム OK です。できる編集者クロエ。はい、NSS サービスです。完全能力よろしくて。
Switch you for Oberon and use a 20%er.
泳ぐのはちょっとね。
いいわ。地の底まで落としてあげる。厳しくいくわ。天に絶対地に監獄我がかかとこと冥府の怒り反省するのだわ。くす気軽にいるから
Yeah, I should be able to use Black Grail. Now I do
完
this.
全能力よろしくて。イノベーション始めます。ちょっと引っ張らないで。
暑いかい。
黙ってなさい。舌を噛むわよ。天に絶海地に監獄我がかかとこと冥府の怒り反省するのだわ。くす気軽にいるから愛らしいウサギに狩られる気分はどうですか。盗作的で癖になるでしょ。
Let's go. Curry 17,000. All right, all I needed was like 2k or 2. I needed some amount to be able to continue the story. We'll go as far as we can. Oh, I didn't get enough. We'll do this again. And you know what? I actually do want to use Richard, even though it is a terrible idea for this specific quest. Because he has disadvantage. I'm going to have to do it something like this. Just to get enough damage. No, it's not going to work. He doesn't have a 50% charge. So I'm just screwing myself over there. Because I have to use his first skill. I will use this. No, that's not enough either. All right. Let's just try it out.
データは十分手玉に取って差し上げます。はい、 NSS サービスです。はい、 NSS サービスです。もちろんお望みのままに。
今一度剣を借り受けよ。下がって
ご用件は
悪く
He's so cool.
我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし死しむさぼる祈り朽ち果て頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻めユートピーペルガトー
Nope. Okay, that didn't work. Crap.
良き方
まあ大胆。
遅い少し
Ah, shit. I should have figured.
熱いの星明かりこの誇り高き騎士今一度
イノベーション始めます。完全放棄よろしくて。
海の妖精よ一時の助力下がっていは良き選択我が身我が牙は戦を忘れることができぬらしい獅子の炎この食らいつけあの輝きの高みへと一時の助力ほう良き選択我が身我が牙は戦を忘れることができぬらしい獅子の炎この食らいつけあの輝きの高みへと少し熱い我が罪の証この刃に満たさんほう
いかほどまあ大胆。ごめん。
No, that wasn't half bad.
戦であったこの身に鹿と焼き刻もう
That should do it. I just need to level up his pen skill. All right, let's continue. There are a few words that inevitably come up whenever I talk about myself. Queen Cassiopeia, my mother, divine wrath, sacrificial maiden. And a hero. What is a hero exactly? I knew, of course, or at least I thought I did. But I think before that moment, I'd never actually seen one. He swooped down from the sky and stood in front of me while I was chained to that boulder. And even though I was prepared to give my life if I had to, he still saved me like it was no big deal at all. It was a shock to my system. Being a true, genuine hero when I was on the verge of death was overwhelming. Compared to him, the people I used to think of as heroes seemed like mere child's play. He was both the first real hero I had ever seen and the pinnacle of what heroes should be. He was virtuous enough to be blessed by the gods, strong enough to defeat Medusa and Cetus. He helped countless people, rescued sacrificial maidens, defeated evil, and saved the weak. That is the kind of hero Perseus was. And that is what made me fall in love with him. Sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep. There's no problem, Senpai. We're still on standby. Besides, there's just something about gentle sailing that lulls you to sleep, and it's good to rest up when you can. Looks like the voyage is going to be pretty smoothly so far. It's going pretty smoothly. Yes, it may not be at a fast pace, but the ship and the river are both making steady forward progress. And just so you know, now that the river is flowing, the chocolate miasma is starting to ease up too. It's good to know that our initial guesses were accurate, not to mention the information we were giving. What's that supposed to mean? I've only ever given you accurate information. Whoop. Got a big boulder up ahead. Hard to starboard. Wow, nice steering. I used to go sailing a lot too, so I could tell you're really good at this, beard guy. Well, thanks, Your Highness. It's nice that boulders can replenish the river too. But it kind of sucks that you can't always tell them apart from chocolate. Dangerous too. You said it. You've always got to be careful on the water. One wrong move on a ship can easily cost your life. That's right. For sailors, the time spent on board is anything but fun and games. You're gambling your life as to whether you'll even reach your destination. So while I may play a little fast and loose with the truth here and there, it's only because I have to make sure we get where we're trying to go. So please don't feel like you need to keep your guard up around me. Come to think of it, that reminds me of an anecdote I once read about you, where you lied to your crew to stave off a mutiny when they started to doubt there was really land up ahead. Can't say I remember that. But if I do something like that, it's only because it's my responsibility as captain. I hope you can believe me when I say I'm here to make sure the ship gets where it needs to go. I'll get you all there if it's the last thing I do. What we don't know where it is, we need to go. Sure, this river's probably going to arrive somewhere at some point, but how's it going to let me see someone I miss? How should we know? We do not even know how this chocolate river came to be in the first place. What is it, girl? What are you looking at? I was just thinking about how you kind of remind me of my mother. Your mother was Queen Cassiopeia, right? The one from the constellation. Oh? How do you mean? And be warned that when comparing a supremely powerful empress to another, you had best choose your words wisely. I mean, how you're both so beautiful, of course. I've only ever seen such unclouded eyes on infants. You know, royalty is supposed to be far less forthcoming about what they truly think. Enough of this. I'm expecting a report from the doves I sent out to look for boulders. Uh-oh, did I say something wrong? She's just not used to direct compliments. Yes, I think that's what it is too. She's used to dealing with a certain someone who likes to hide his true intentions behind his smile. So, an earnest smile and a direct compliments are still pretty new for her. I see. That's strange. It feels like something in the wind just changed. What is this? What was that? Use your words. I can't understand. Use words I can understand. There's no point to report I can't make sense of. River? What about the river? Another river? Oh. Ah, hell. Is that? Damn, should have trusted my gut. All of you, brace for impact. Hang on tight. Well, it's flowing. All right, before I continue, I want to use up the last of my energy. And also, I also want to do this because I think that I might be able to get away with this if I just move things around. I will try. Let's see. He does have a like a reduced cooldown sort of thing, so that should help me. I probably should have moved them around. That's fine. I think I'll do even less damage now. No, it worked. That was close. Ooh, is that gonna be enough? Let's see, is that gonna be enough? Let's go. Okay. Now we go back to up here. What the hell? I can't believe it. It really is another chocolate river. It's been adding chocolate and other stuff to extend its course, just like we've been doing on ours. And now it's come crashing headlong onto our rivers, have to block it off. Another chocolate river? So the one you've been sailing on, is it the only one? There was a chocolate river branch too? Beats me. Can't say which one's the original and which one's the branch. Near as I can tell, both rivers have the same levels of current and chocolate. They're vying to see which one wins out, which completely stopped both from flowing. Though the impact did make what seemed to be a chocolate fountain over there. Looks at the ones we seen at the buffets. So wait, the boats just completely stopped now? Then what do we do? Of course it is. I can't move when the river itself ain't moving. And we can feed the river enough chocolate or whatnot to build up its pressure. That ought to swallow up that other rivers and start moving again. But is there a problem with that plan? I'll say there is. Take a look at the other river. Those look like bananas? They look yummy too. I never thought about it before, but bananas and chocolate seem like they go great together. That river is indeed quite different from ours. Our river accepts boulders as fuels thanks to the girl imbuing it with her personal traits. So then that river must have undergone something similar to make it accept bananas. Look, there's a ship over the river. And there's someone on it. Rama. Yes, it is me. What are you doing here, Rama? What am I doing here? A foolish question. There is someone I wish to see, someone I miss dearly. Sita, my beloved wife. And since this river lets you see the people you miss, there's no question that I must make my way down it. I must get to where my river will take me. I must. Now move aside. So he's not about to yield for us. Now what do we do? Then again, I guess it's pretty obvious. Oh, I could tell. I can't help but tell. Tell what, girl? That guy really means every word he's saying. He wants to see this Sita person from the bottom of his heart, and he's willing to risk everything to do that. And I can tell that he's an incredibly upstanding hero. I don't know his name, but I've never seen him before. And I've never seen him before. But I gotta be right? Yes, you are. Rama is a great hero from an epic poem. He's an upstanding young king who always tries to do the right thing. I knew it. I may not recognize his face or his voice, but there's just this something about him that reminds me of Perseus. I can tell he's strong enough to face any foe, and an unshakable sense of virtue, no matter what kind of obstacle he may encounter. And he'll always face them head on and overcome them, and in the end, Perseus had that kind of vibe, and I can tell this guy does too. That's what makes them widely recognized as heroes. So what? Exactly. That's why I'm struggling with what I should do now. I know there's an advancing river. I know we're advancing this river so we can get rid of this world's big anomaly. But maybe it doesn't have to be my river. What do you mean? Like I said, I can tell his feelings are the real deal. I can't tell he's got a special reason for them too. I also miss Perseus, and it definitely is the real deal. But I don't have any special reason like Rama does. If only one of these reavers can keep going, maybe it's better if I give up mine and let his become the main one. Nope, that won't work. His river will never make it to the end. Huh? Okay, let me just tweak this, adjust this, and yep, I knew it. Watch out, everyone. That isn't Chaldea's Rama. His signal is still right here. That other guy's someone or something else entirely. What do you mean? Look, he's changing color. Is that chocolate? I think so. He changed back right away, but I saw it too. What was that, Da Vinci? As far as I could tell, that Rama's not a servant. It's an imitation made out of chocolate. Some kind of magical energy or something with a unique orientation became connected to the chocolate and made something that resembles a servant spirit origin. I guess we can all call it a choco servant. I still don't know exactly how this happened though. That thing's got to be based on the desire of someone powerful to see another. That desire gets isolated, connected to the chocolate, I guess. I'd be the one. It'd be one thing if it was really a servant, but that chocolate imitation? No way. Only someone with genuine feelings has a chance of making it down this river. So no, Missy, you can't yield to him. If that river becomes the mainstream, it'll go around in circles without getting anywhere. If that happens, we'll never be able to fix the singularity. So we have to make sure that we win. Are we so sure about that? I see. So then how are we supposed to win? Easy. The river stopped flowing because we ran into another river that's flowing just as strong. So we gotta upset the equilibrium with brute force. That means doing the same thing we've been doing so far. We got toss more fuel into this river, make it pick up its pace, and overpower the other one. So we need to add even more boulders and chocolate to our river then? That's right. And to take it a step further, the other one's river's getting mixed up with ours at the fountain point. So while it's probably only work near there, I think we could use filler from that other river that we've been gotten. I think we can use filler from that other river there that's gotten your magical energy on them, Missy. In fact, whichever side can better use the other's traits might even become this caustic's deciding factor. There's a cat outside. So by trait in this case, does that mean the bananas? Looks that way. This whole thing might sound a little silly, but our opponent's dead serious. Oh, and of course, the other guy's gonna try to do the same thing. He might even try and interfere with us directly. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to overpower us so he could then take his time with his river. This could be tougher than we thought. In that case, could we not do the same thing by completely eliminating the threat this chocolate servant poses? Even if they are from Chaldea, if they mean to stand in our way, I see no reason to go easy on them. Nah, that ain't gonna help. This is just a guess, but I'd bet the chocolate that guy's made of comes straight from that other river. So even if we did kill him, he'd just keep coming back until we did something about the river itself. Forgive me, but I have no intention of standing down. If you will not yield, then battle is our only recourse. Though of course, I'll never kill you, Master Mash. So he recognizes them. I guess at least part of him is the same as Chaldea's Rama then. It looks like Columbus was right. It seems like he really is a copy of Rama's desire to see Sita. I know this is selfish on my part, but to me this selfishness is worth taking on the entire world. It's the one thing I cannot compromise on. Your river is tied to rocks, huh? Very well. My good friend Hanuman once carried a mountain to save our lives. It would be amusing to do something similar in front of Hanuman's distant relations. So I will cut down that rocky mountain and throw it all into the river. I'm seeing a ton of monkeys carrying bananas. Look closer. They are dotting the shores as well as that ship. It would seem that they are the ones that have been procuring all those bananas. They are on the shore too, and we'll still got a chance. If we can steal those monkeys' bananas, we can whittle down the enemy's forces while also bolstering our river. 2 birds, 1 stone. Doesn't look like they're giving us much of a choice either way. Yeah, we have to do this no matter what. I still can't say with confidence that I should be the one leading this river. I definitely don't want to deny his wish. But if this is the only way I have to help others, then I'm going to follow my own feelings wherever they lead. Sorry, other hero, but we're the one who'll be going on ahead. Ooh, we battle. Do one of these. No. Honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't have Andromeda, so it's not like I'm gonna level her up. Alright. Let's go!
Kimetai. お前は我が城の影に溶けるしかなかろう。どれにしようかな。古きルール。我が甘いぜ。
本気出しちゃうよ。
まあいいだろう。
いいと思う。ノリノリだね。
私の知らぬ影の城。私が有する影の城。空へ来たり、ここへ来たり。ゲートオブスカイ。
因果接続。サクリファイスチェーンロック。牽引せよ。新宅さ狙いです。アイティオピアカタタ。
どれにしようかな。
まあアイスは美味しいよね。
それ来た来た。 刻まれし運命、神託の鎖、生贄の乙女が因果をたどれ。目覚めよ、かの海の源流よ、アイティオピアケテテ。
ビシュムの加護。
たとえ縛られたままでも、私の運命の鎖。来た来た。
そうなんだ、すぐ行くよ。
今でも繋がってるんだ。
音楽があればな。浮かれすぎだよ君。ほら、なんとかなっただろう。水着でもやることは変わらないのさ。
Let's go. Why is somebody playing music? All right, guys. My internet quality is getting worse, and somebody's playing music, so I'm gonna end the stream here. We'll be continuing this tomorrow. I mean, I can still do some farming on my own, but yeah, we'll be continuing this tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. We're the Beyond stream. We're after the stream is over. I genuinely do appreciate it, folks. This is Golden Arcadia signing out. Bye.